Hey guys, so I think by now you know how impressive the Model 3 Highlands are, and with all the recent deliveries, it seems to be a hit with practically everyone. Thinking about this, Tesla has gone from just an EV manufacturer to now an EV car brand that everybody really well respects, and this is all because of them adding all these premium comfort features inside of their base model vehicles. And by this point, with the Model 3 Highlands, you couldn't think that they would add anything else to make it that much better, but they managed to add it in with some of these later vehicles. From the very first few deliveries of the Model 3 Highlands up until today, there has been some incremental changes that you guys might not know about. Now, if you want to know more about these changes, go check out my previous videos in the Model 3 Highland playlist, or I'll drop some of them in the description below and one of the links up top there. But you'll see that Tesla has already started working on the iterational changes with the Model 3s. So although these changes have not gone into production just yet, they are coming for sure. So if you just wait out just a little bit longer, you will see that these are going to be optional upgrades and these comfort features are going to be present in the newer vehicles. Alright, so let's push those ones aside and let's talk about the juicy one here, and that is going to be the new suspension that has been discovered by the man himself, Green the Only. The recent indication shows that the upcoming Model 3 Highlands that have not gone into production just yet is going to be coming with a new adjustable suspension, just like the Model S's and X's. It sounds crazy to me that in a $30,000 vehicle that is going to get anything equivalent to air suspension, but any kind of adjustable suspension is just mind-blowing on its own at that price range. If you asked me, I would say this will definitely take sales away from the Model S's, just because a lot of the comfort and premium features had made its way onto the Highlands already, and now the only thing that differentiates between it is a few little minor things as well as the air suspension. If this eventually comes true, there is literally no reason that anybody would want to get a Model S, just because it is so much more expensive than what you would get in a base Model 3 Highland. Of course, I want you guys to keep in mind that although this is adjustable suspension, it is nowhere in terms of the air suspension comfort that you're going to get inside of the luxury segment. So the Model S's and X's, on top of their features and a lot of practical space, they are going to be getting a lot more plushier suspension and a lot better minor details than that would be on the Model 3s. So the real question here is, how are these adjustable suspensions going to be implemented? Is this something you're going to be able to adjust on the fly on the user interface, or is this something you're going to require a technician to come and adjust it manually from the outside? Green did mention that this is a variation of the adjustable suspension, that you would have the ability to change the dampening, but this also means that this is something you're going to have to set up manually and you're going to have to do it by yourself underneath the wheel housing. This is definitely not something that you're going to be able to do, or an average person is going to be able to do when they change their tires. This is very unlike Tesla, and if it comes down to having to adjust it by yourself, I think they would just rather scrap the idea overall because it's just not worth it. One additional point I have to this is also the fact that it could only be specific to the Model 3 Performance Highland. That means that the more advanced drivers, the one that knows more about vehicles, would know how to adjust these on the fly, even though it might require them to pull off the tires and go underneath the vehicle to make these adjustments for the track. But it's well worth it if it does come to that. But for the majority of us, this is not something that we really need. It's either air suspension or none of it. So this is just my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Now, on top of all this, Green has also mentioned that they are adding the ability for China-made Teslas to install these modules that are for toll collection. Now, all these modules here are not going to be specific to the newer versions of the Highland. At least that's what I think. It's going to be one of those retrofittable pieces that you can just drive past the toll and not have to worry about anything. This would also work very well in North America with our tolls, so something to keep in mind here, that you guys might be able to retrofit this in your vehicles even if you have the older ones. So yeah, with all the great news of the Model 3 Highlands and all its great features, comfort, premiumness, and everything else, what do you guys think? Do you think this is necessary? Do you think you'll care that the new Model 3 has adjustable suspension or not? I personally don't think so, but everybody has their own thing. What I do know for sure is it's starting to give us the feel of the Model S Plaid when it originally got announced, where the original adopters are kind of losing out on a lot of the features just because they ordered it 1 week in advance. A lot of the newer owners of the Model 3 Highlands are missing out on the front bumper camera, the possible retrofit of the Phoenix radar, now even the new suspension if it does eventually come. These are all things that we are missing out just because we are supporting Tesla right at the beginning. This is where I recommended you guys earlier in the year to hold back at least a couple weeks before picking up the Model 3 Highlands, because you don't want the earlier VINs. There might be a lot of bugs, a lot of kinks that Tesla needs to work out. And this is the time frame you want to give them to work it all out before ordering your vehicle. So yeah guys, I'm stoked for all these updates that's happening with all these models, and definitely the Model Y Juniper is going to be the best of the best SUV to come in the next year. I will keep you guys as posted as possible, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, that bell notification, and follow me on Twitter or X at HeyJohnE. That's where you guys can hit me up and ask me any questions. I'll reply to you as quick as I can. This should be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is John once again. Peace out.